Hey, what's going on, guys? In the next several reviews that I'll be doing, I'll be looking at all the individual characters that make up the DC Universe Classics 75 Years of Superpower, the Walmart exclusive Green Lantern's Light. There are 5 figures, and I figured we'll start the review first with Hal Jordan himself, and then I'll go through and I'll do each figure afterwards. So today's toy spot, looking at the Green Lantern's Light box set, we're going to be starting our reviews with Hal Jordan. I want to take this opportunity to thank the Review Revolution. Once again, my friend, you came through and you picked this up for me. A Walmart exclusive, but unfortunately not a Walmart exclusive here in Canada. Canada once again gets shafted. So thank you to the Review Revolution for picking this up for me. A fantastic guy. So before we actually look at Hal Jordan, I don't know if I want to do the packaging for every single figure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you guys the packaging for this review, and then the other reviews I'll just do the individual figures. Looking at the very beefy, very large packaging, we've got, of course, the 5 characters that make up this set. We've got Tomar Ray, Sinestro, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, and Guy Gardner. We've got down below, very large packaging. DC Universe 75 Years of Superpower, Green Lantern's Light. On the side, we've got the design that they've used for all the more recent DC Universe figures. On the back, I actually like what they've done here. On the back, they've given us the individual pictures of the figures. They've given us a comic that somewhat relates to the character, or what time period the character came in. And of course, they give us the biography. And the ever now famous Green Lantern oath: in brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. Fantastic. So that's packaging on Hal Jordan. What we're going to do, we're going to open this package up, this very large packaging, and we're going to again start the review with looking at Hal Jordan. So stay tuned, guys. There is a lot to be seen. We're going to start these reviews right now, so stay tuned. And actually, before we have a look at Hal Jordan here, the read-up, I don't know if I should show you guys the package, but the read-up on Hal Jordan says, while training in a flight simulator, test pilot Hal Jordan was suddenly transported to the crash site of an alien spacecraft. The injured pilot passed on to Jordan his green ring and uniform. The ring allowed him to make anything, real anything, that he could imagine, from flying unaided through space to lifting mountains. With it, Jordan, chosen by the ring itself because of his fearlessness, must fight evil as a member of the Green Lantern Corps. Now let's have a look at Hal Jordan. You probably have already seen this figure before. Hal Jordan has been released countless times. The original being from the Solomon Grundy wave, which I liked the figure, but I did have a lot of issues also with the figure. More importantly, with some of the paint. I found like the paint was a bit washed on the figure. Green Lantern Hal Jordan was also released with Abin Sur as a 2-pack. I believe it was a Toys R Us 2-pack. It was also re-released in a 75 years re-release pack figure that came with, I believe, I'm trying to think here. It's Trigon. There was a couple of waves where they actually threw him in. They've thrown him. They've thrown Nightwing in as what I like to call filler figures, like an all-star figure, that if you missed your chance to get him the first time, you could go back and pick him up the second time. He was also released with as the Toys R Us 75 Years of Superpower Toys R Us exclusive with the metallic paint as well. So Hal Jordan certainly has seen many releases. This Hal Jordan, again, uses the exact same mold. There is absolutely nothing different with this figure from the other Hal Jordans. Of course, the only one real difference between this Hal Jordan and the other Hal Jordans, of course, is the additional gray that's added into his hair here. I always thought the gray hair always made Hal Jordan, I don't know, I wasn't a fan when he had the gray hair going. I always like thinking of Hal Jordan as a youthful Hal Jordan. The figure is very nice. Review Revolution commented on this. I'll maybe comment on this myself. The one thing that they've done, it seems, with all the figures from this particular wave is that they haven't actually given a dark outline on the Green Lantern symbol on his chest. It does look a little faded. I'll admit, it does look a little faded. But I find overall the color is really nice. It's not a bright green. It's almost a softer green. But one thing I like is that it's a darker black. And one thing that I really didn't like about the Solomon Grundy Hal Jordan the first time he was released was I found that the black was way too washed. Leads me almost to think that I might end up just popping this head off and swapping the head of the older Hal Jordan over the gray hair, swap this one out with the original Hal Jordan, and then maybe have a nicer paint job for just the regular Hal Jordan figure. Paint is pretty clean. Really no issues with the paint. The one thing I would say is that the gloves seem to be a tad faded. They're not a very bright white. That's about the only thing I would really change about it. I've also got a little bit of paint. I don't know if you can see it. I've got actually a little bit of paint just around the hand area. Coincidentally, where his... show it off here. Coincidentally, where his lantern battery was being held. So I don't know if paint has come off the battery onto his hand. It's possible. Speaking of battery, he does come with the lantern battery. You've probably seen this once with the Hal Jordan figure, the initial release. You've probably seen it countless times now. Although they have gone with a metallic, it's a little bit different than the original battery. Unfortunately, at the time that I'm shooting this review, I think my original Green Lantern is packed away. I tried looking for him for this review. I really dropped the ball. But I really wanted to show you guys a comparison between the two. But essentially, it is the exact same figure aside from the additional hair. So we'll put the battery down here. Being that he is the exact same figure in the way of his articulation, it will be the same. He has the rotation in the head. Wonder what Sinestro is doing right now. He's got the rotation in the forearms. Rotate it at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotate at the hand. You can bend at the mid-torso, rotate the waist, bend the legs out, back and forth, rotate the leg, bend the knee, and you can finally bend at the foot. I don't know if necessarily the Hal Jordan here is the reason to pick up this set, being that there are so many nice figures in this particular set, like the Tomar Ray, the Guy Gardner exclusive, for example, John Stewart. If you already have this guy, maybe getting another Hal Jordan is not necessarily a priority to you, but I do like the fact that they've given us a variant, not just for the sake of reusing this mold, but they've given us a variant that at least is comic accurate. So if you have the several Green Lanterns, you can have Hal Jordan in the many different appearances that he has been released in. But I do like the figure. I think I like this overall paint a little nicer than the original Green Lantern Hal Jordan, so I might swap the heads out. Once again, another re-release of this guy, but I'm alright with it. I do like the fact that we've got the additional paint on the hair, so it definitely gets a win. This Hal Jordan, I'm going to give I'm going to give a 6 to. Today's toy spot, we were looking at the Walmart exclusive, the DC Universe, the Green Lantern Walmart Green Lantern Wave. It was a 5-pack, and we were looking today at, I guess, the gray-haired variant of Hal Jordan. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.